Hello peeps and welcome to another episode of Unique or Pathetic, and this time I have another stinker. So long story short, I have seen on YouTube this video made by someone named Tati, and he was playing a spell totem spark oracle, and it looked really fun. But I didn't want to copy it one for one, so I came with the idea, what if I use Firestorm instead of Spark? And that's what I did. And believe me when I say, it's ass. But without further ado, let's get into the build. So the idea behind this build was to get as many levels as possible, because I have noticed that in his video, Tati's spark level was around level 20 or something like that. So in my head, I was thinking to myself, level 20? Well, what if I can go much higher than that? I'm gonna deal so much more damage. And that's what I did. So starting with the wand, there are not many good unique wands in the game right now. So I chose Adonia's Ego, which gives us 4 levels, and then we get another level from the corruption, because Firestorm is a fire spell. And then lastly, we get another level from the socket. Next, I chose to go with the Vertex, which is best in slot, because of the spirit and because of the 4 levels, so even more levels. For the body armor, I chose to go with the red flare conduit, because if you look at our spell totem, it says that it consumes either 3 power charges, either 3 endurance charges in order to summon a totem. And this body armor does exactly that. It gives us power charges, and then we are turning them into endurance charges by taking resonance on the skill tree. Next, for the amulet, I chose to go with the fire flower for the same reason that I went with the Adonia's Ego for the extra skills levels. Fire flower gives us 6 levels to all fire skills, which is amazing because Firestorm is a fire skill. And it also has a pretty good anoint, which is Burn Away, which is even more fire damage, even more ignite magnitude, and even more fire penetration. So amazing. Now for the offhand, I chose to go with the Palm of the Dreamer because of how powerful it is. It gives us so many things. It gives us attributes, so extra chaos damage, skill effect duration, and it also gives us chaos resistance and this Dreaming Gloom Shrine effect, which makes it so whenever we kill an enemy, it explodes and it deals even more damage to the other enemies around it. Next, for the ring, I chose to go with the Inventor's Gamble. I had other options, but in the end I chose this one because I really like the corruption. I like that it gives us spirit, I like that it gives us maximum life, some rarity, and I needed to cap my resistances, so this ring is great for that reason. Next, for the boots, I chose to go with Windscream because of this line here that says curses have no activation delay, and we are using Blasphemy with 2 curses socketed in, which is Temporal Chains and Elemental Weakness. And on top of that, it also has decent movement speed and it has 3 sockets, so those boots are pretty good. And for the gloves, I chose to go with the Candlemaker. There are really not many good unique gloves that would help me with the build, so that's what I chose, Candlemaker, especially because of this line here that says Flammability Magnitude is doubled. I was checking the tooltip when I equipped them, and I know for sure that this line works. But I am pretty sure that, for example, this other line here that says increase fire damage does nothing for my build. So if you want to use other gloves, be my guest. And lastly, I am using the same Headhunter, All Rods, Lasagna, and Charms that I am using in any other video. Now let me show you the stats. Those are the attributes. We are level 97 Oracle. We are pretty squishy. We do not have a lot of life and mana. And since we have 0 energy shield, we are going Mind Over Matter to help us a little bit with our tankiness. We do not have any armor, evasion, or block. We are capped on resistances. Our chaos resistance is pretty good. And our movement speed is nothing to write home about. But we are also using Blink, so we are not that slow. My critical hit chance for the Firestorm is at 20%, which is not bad because we are Oracle and we are critting anyways. And my critical damage bonus is at 353, which is decent. And we have 66% rarity. Now let me show you the skills. We have a lot of spirit, which means that we have a lot of skills that require spirit. I got heavily inspired by Tati when it comes to the skill support, so all credit to Tati. Now for the skills tree, those are the ascendancy nodes that I am taking. Tati is taking, for example, this node right here, which is pretty good. It would give us +1 to maximum number of summon totems, but I'm not taking it. And when it comes to the skill tree, I have copied few of the things he did, and then I have freestyled the rest. I am taking a lot of jewel slots because I have pretty good jewels. I'm taking a lot of damage, a lot of skill effect duration. I'm taking those three right here for even more area of effect and burn and flammability and ignite and everything related to fire. I am taking a few nodes that help us with our mana. I'm gonna show you the jewels. And now it's time for our favorite part, which is going into a map and killing the monsters. Yeah, I have already tested the build. That's how I know that it's ass. And that's why I also chose to rush the presentation, because I do not want to spend a lot of time on a build that doesn't work. But I'm gonna show you guys how ass it is anyways, just for some lols, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into a map. This is the map that I'm going with, and those are my tablets. So wish me good luck. So before I kill any mobs, let me tell you about my vision. My vision for this build was that I would get into a juicy pack of mobs. I would cast spell totem, and then I would open my arms like this, and I would just sit there like this. And meanwhile, spell totem would cast Firestorm, and somehow in the background, Pitbull and Mark Anthony would play that Rain Over Me song, and I would sit there like, ay, rain over me. And at the same time, fire would rain down from the sky, and everything would die around me, and I would sit there like a god, Now let's see if that vision comes true. How is my mana 0 already? Jesus Christ. Look at this skill. Look at this skill. It doesn't do anything. Who made this skill? What was your idea? Go grab some chips and a soda, guys, because we're gonna be here for a while. Now I want to show you again that my Firestorm is level 40. How am I not killing anything at level 40? How? Oh, this might be the worst build that I made. Seriously. It might be even worse than the double hammer of fate one. That was harder than a Dark Souls boss. This mob is white. This mob is white and I cannot kill it. Are you seeing that? Oh, it finally died. Holy moly. This is probably exactly how Jonathan wants us to play the game. I'm not even kidding. You know what the problem is, guys? I think the problem is that I'm not a believer in my own vision. I should just go inside that pack of mobs and sit there with my arms open. I think that's the problem. I would probably deal 300% more damage if I did that, right? But let's do it. Let rain over. That was it for the video, guys. I somehow managed to make a stinker of a build, but if you stuck with me until the end, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and see you in the next episode. Kisses. Mwah.